What if I told you that the biggest secret behind David's victory was not the stone, was not the sling, and was not even his courage? What if the real reason was something almost everyone misses, something so small that even the giants never saw it coming? Before this story ends, you'll understand why the strongest don't always win, and why fear lies. Quick question before we begin. Who do you think was braver, David or Goliath? Type David or Goliath in the comments. Let's see who believes what. Now listen carefully, because this story is not just about a battle. It's about why some people win in life, and others fall, even when they look unbeatable. The ground shook. Every step made the earth tremble. A giant walked into the valley. His armor shined like metal fire. His spear was longer than a tree. His voice sounded like thunder. This was Goliath. Across the valley stood an army. Trained soldiers, sharp swords, strong men. But none of them moved. Not one. Because fear had already won. Every morning and every night, the giant came forward. And he shouted, "Send me a man to fight me." Silence. Not because no one heard him, but because everyone was afraid. The soldiers whispered, their hands shook, their hearts raced. Even the king was frozen. Pause for a moment. Have you ever been so scared that you couldn't move? If yes, type yes in the comments. You're not alone. Far away from the battlefield, a boy was watching sheep. No armor, no sword, no training, just a shepherd. His job was simple. Protect the sheep, listen for danger, trust God. One day, he was sent to bring food to his brothers at the battlefield. David ran with joy, but when he arrived, something felt wrong. The air was heavy, the soldiers looked tired, fear hung like smoke. Then David heard the voice, the giant's voice, booming, mocking, laughing. David looked around. Why is no one fighting him? The men stared at him. You don't understand, they said. He's too big. David blinked. Too big or too loud? The soldiers said nothing. David stepped forward. He didn't see a giant. He saw a problem. And problems can be solved. The king laughed when David spoke. You're just a boy, the king said. And he has been a warrior since he was young. David didn't argue. He told a story. When I watched the sheep, David said, danger came. A lion, a bear. They thought the sheep were easy prey. But I didn't run. I fought. And God helped me. The room went quiet. The king looked at the boy. Fear said, impossible. Faith said, let's try. David was given armor. Heavy, cold, too big. He took one step, then another, and stopped. I can't fight like this, he said. So he took it off. No armor, no sword, just a sling, and 5 smooth stones. The soldiers whispered, this is madness. Quick comment trigger. Would you walk into battle without armor? Type I would or nitrogen monoxide way. The giant laughed. Am I a dog? He roared. That you come at me with sticks? David didn't answer the insult. He answered with truth. You come with sword and spear, David said. But I come in the name of the Lord. The giant stepped forward. The ground shook. David ran, not away, toward the giant. That's when everything changed. Because giants expect fear. They don't expect confidence. David swung the sling. Once, twice. Time slowed. The stone flew. And in a moment that echoed through history, the giant fell. Silence, then shock, then victory. The soldiers stood frozen. The boy had won, not because he was stronger, not because he was bigger, but because he saw what others didn't. The giant's size was not his strength, it was his weakness, because big targets are easier to hit. Fear blinded the army. Faith opened David's eyes. Pause and reflect. What giant are you facing right now? Fear, school, life. Drop A in the comments if you believe giants can fall. But here's the secret most people never hear. David didn't learn courage that day. He learned it alone, in the quiet fields, when no one watched, when no one clapped. Small battles prepared him For the big one, the lion, the bear, they were not accidents. They were training. Your hidden struggles might be preparing you too. But the story doesn't end here, because defeating a giant doesn't mean life becomes easy. David would face jealousy, betrayal, loss, and even bigger tests. Final question: do you want the next story? What happened to David after the victory? Type next in the comments, and subscribe so you don't miss it, because the next giant was not on a battlefield, it was inside the palace.